Arts friends, this is your assignment for the first part of this week, video essay assignment. You're going to combine your video with a poem and then with music. So you're going to make two videos. I'll talk to you about that in a second. So this is, you remember on TikTok, you may have seen me say, hey, fine arts kids, go get some videos of the snow because it was amazing. So hopefully you did that. If not, you can use any videos that you already have on your phone as long as they're school appropriate, or you can go get some in the school. But you're going to make a little 1 minute video essay. A video essay is really just a combination of clips, a video montage that makes sense together, that kind of tell a story. So that's what we're going to do. Here's the objective. For this assignment, you'll use your device to create two versions of one video essay, demonstrating how one can layer elements to create a more effective product. In a second, I'll show you two examples. So, step one, if you haven't already captured some clips, you'll start there. Hopefully, you can use clips you already have on your device. Remember, this must be school appropriate. Best case scenario, they are of all of the winter wonderland that just happened this past weekend. But if not, like if we're doing this assignment and it hasn't snowed, it can really be anything as long as they are thematically related. So you could do the school, you could do your car, you could do people. It can be anything. Step two, use CapCut or another editing app to put together a 1 minute video montage. So 1 minute is not very long, but it needs to have more than one clip. Like think maybe 5 clips, something like that. Step three, either record yourself or a friend reading a short poem that makes sense with your clips. It needs to be a famous poem. Robert Frost and Emily Dickinson are great choices. Put the voice memo over the montage. Try to make the cuts make sense with the rhythm of the poem. It will look something like this.
Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep.
Okay, so that was Robert Frost reading his poem, and it's a poem that we used in the one act, so I had been thinking about it, and it really fit the idea of this snow day that we kind of ended up with. So I did that, and I was surprised by what he sounded like. I just found that on Apple Music, actually, surprisingly. And I added that to the video, and it's nice, but I want to move farther than that. Oh, let me fix this thing for a second. Holy cow, this is so unprofessional. I should have already had this taken care of. All right, we're moving on. Step four. Now find a piece of music that fits your video and add it to the montage. We want to hear both the poem and the music, so think instrumental over vocal music. But here's a hint. Famous poems are often set to music, so check Spotify or Apple Music or YouTube to see if your poem has already been turned into a song and use that. It'll look something like this. I'll play that in a second. If you can't find your song set to music, then it's simple to just use instrumental music and then layer that on top of the voice memo that you or a friend recorded of the poem that goes with your video. When you record that poem, though, remember the stuff we did about oral interpretation and making it interesting. Don't feel too much pressure about that. Did you hear Robert Frost? Like, I don't feel like he needed to take an oral interp class, honestly. His poetry's great. His reading of his poetry did not excite me. But I want to know which one's more effective. Which video? Just the words or when you add music? Here is the same video with music, and I think you will find it more exciting.
Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year.
All right, so that's your assignment. You're going to do something like that. 1, 2, 3, go.